Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. We start today's video with a story that proves one simple fact. If a company refuses to fix a problem, sometimes you just have to get creative. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. My phone number became a store's customer service line, so I had some fun with it. This happened years ago, but I still laugh whenever I think about it. Cast of relevant characters: me, GM equals grocery manager, RE random grocery employee, ATT AT&T rep. I moved my family to Central Georgia in 1995, military transfer. We eventually moved into a home across the street from a large grocery store. I'll call them mood facts. Everything was fine until one day we started getting phone calls on our home phone for mood facts. At the same time, my wife got a call from her mother on her cell phone that our home phone was connecting to mood facts. I picked up my own cell phone and dialed my home number. After a ring came a young voice. "RE, thank you for calling mood facts. My name is whatever. How can I help you?" Me: "I'd like to speak to the manager, please." RE: "Of course, sir." The manager actually laughed with me when I explained what had happened, but his solution was for me to call AT&T. It's their fault. Fair enough. So I called AT&T after taking 2 more calls for mood facts. They were very understanding. They explained that their crews had been working in the area and had obviously just crossed the 2 lines in the switching box on my corner. So I asked them when they were going to fix it. This was becoming a nuisance. AT&T: "Well, sir, since this is the first report we have on this particular issue, it'll take approximately 7 to 10 business days to be acted upon." Me: "Excuse me?" AT&T: "Of course, since this issue does involve a business, if they call in to report the problem, that will elevate the work order to higher priority." Hey, no problem. I already had the backing of the mood facts manager, right? Wrong. I called mood facts again. Easy, since I knew their number by heart, right? RE: "Thank you for calling mood facts. My name is whatever. How may I help you?" Me: "I would like the manager, please." RE: "Of course, sir. Please hold." GM: "This is the manager. How can I help you?" This was a different manager than I'd spoken to earlier, so I had to explain the whole situation again. Having done that and sharing a chuckle with him over the situation, it happened. Me: "So all you have to do is call AT&T and ask them to fix it on business priority." GM: "I'm not going to do that." Me: "Excuse me?" GM: "It's only a minor inconvenience, no harm is done, and it'll be fixed eventually. You've already reported the problem, so that should be enough." Me: "No harm is done? You're missing a lot of phone calls. What do you think this is going to do to your business?" GM: "Calm down, sir. I'm sure you're telling people how to reach us. We're getting calls after all." I admit that we were telling people how to contact the store. At least up until that point we were. I tried calling AT&T back. They were sympathetic, but their only position was, "AT&T, unless the business contacts us, you'll have to wait 7 to 10 business days." I stopped telling people how to reach mood facts. It was time to force them to take action. I waited until the following day and called mood facts back. RE: "Thank you for calling mood facts. My name is whatever. How may I help you?" Me: "I'd like to speak to the manager, please." GM: "This is the manager. How can I help you?" I identified myself and asked if anyone from mood facts had contacted AT&T. GM: "I told you yesterday, sir, I will not do as you demand." Me: "Fine, I just wanted to give you a chance to do the right thing before I take matters into my own hands." GM: "What are you talking about?" Me: "Until this problem is resolved, any call I receive from mood facts, I will answer, and I will tell whoever's calling about the amazing specials, discounts, and contests that mood facts is running." GM: You can't do that." Me: "Watch me." GM: "That's..." I hung up on him. And it was easy to ignore any incoming calls from my own number. I only took 1 call for mood facts that evening, but it was a truly satisfying call. After apologizing for not using the "thank you for calling mood facts" line, the customer was very understanding, and they were very excited about the wonderful incentives that mood facts was offering. My phone line was restored in 24 hours. My message would be, congratulations, you've just won our Bring Your Own Bag shopping spree. Bring your own bags and fill them up. Please limit yourself to 100 bags, please. Or, hi, this is Moodfax, just letting you know about our Free Food Fridays, as much as you can carry while running every Friday. How may I direct your call? And our second story. Insurance company refused to move my money, so I used their logic against them. This happened approximately 15 years ago. I bought my first new car. It was a black Mitsubishi Lancer Sportback. I was young, I had some extra money, so I thought I could afford to splurge on something new and fancy. It was a stretch financially, but probably not a smart decision, but I digress. Since this car became the most valuable thing I owned, I decided to insure it well. One day after signing the papers with insurance agent and paying what was due, I decided to upgrade my insurance package to include windshield damage or something similar. No problem, the insurance agent came to my house with some extra paperwork, one more bank transfer later, and all was good. A few months pass, I receive a letter from the insurance company from the debt collection department. They claim that I owe them something around $50. I jump to my computer and check my online banking. Did I mess up the account number? Did I forget? No, everything seems fine. The next day, I call the support line. After being transferred a few times, a nice lady tells me that I do owe them $50 for the insurance, but on my other insurance, there's a $50 overpay. It turns out that the change I made to my insurance by adding the extra coverage was really under a different insurance policy number. Phew, problem solved. Thank you, bye. Well, no. The lovely lady tells me that I have to come to their physical location to sort this out. They cannot just transfer money between accounts. The problem is they're open only Monday through Friday, and their opening hours are nearly the same as my working hours. Due to traffic, there's no way to go there quickly. I would have had to take a day off work to sort this. Hell no, I said, that I understand she can't do anything for me, so please let me speak to her manager. He's not there, he'll call me. Few days pass, I get a call. The manager explains to me that due to internal policies, this and that, they cannot just move the money from one account to another without me coming to the office in person. And no, I cannot send a registered letter either. It has to be in person. Exhausted with all that nonsense, me. So someone will come to my house to tell me that in person then? Them. Silence. Excuse me? Me. You say that you cannot just transfer the money between two accounts that both belong to me unless I'll come in person? This is fine, but I have a rule that such information can come to me in person only. So when will someone from the insurance company come to my house to tell me that? Them. We can't do that, sir. Me. I understand that you cannot help me any further. Can I speak to your manager then? Them. He's not here, but I will ask him to call you. After a few days of radio silence, I call the debt collection department to check on my case. I quickly learned that there is no case anymore. The money got moved. Honestly, the sheer pettiness of the insurance company blows my mind. They made a mistake, clearly saw that the money was already in their hands under a different policy number, and instead of just clicking a few buttons to fix it, they went full not my problem mode. Because, corporate policies or some nonsense excuse. And our last story. The cop who thought my driveway was public property. My property consists of 3 separate units, all facing a long shared driveway. Each unit has its own address, its own metered utilities, and its own designated living space. I live in the last house at the very end, furthest from the street. Most of the time, things are quiet and peaceful, but not today. I'd just come home from work, barely settled in, when I saw something odd outside my window. A LA County Sheriff's Patrol car slowly backing all the way down my driveway. This guy wasn't casually driving by, he was almost at my front door. Immediately, I stepped outside. Something felt off. Me. Officer, is everything okay? The cop nonchalantly waves me off. Cop, everything's fine, just on patrol. Me, raising an eyebrow. Patrolling what exactly? This is private property. At this, the cop tilts his head, smirking like I just said something funny. Cop, no, actually, this driveway is public property. Me, deadpan. No, it's not. Cop chuckles. Yeah, it is. See, emergency services need to have open access to all houses on this property. That makes it public. I stood there for a second trying to process how someone who literally enforces the law could be so confidently wrong. Me. That's not how property ownership works. Cop shrugs. I come into this driveway all the time. That was an outright lie because in all my years living here, I've never seen a patrol car anywhere near my property, except for once when a family member had to file a police report for a car accident that happened on the street. So now not only was this guy trespassing, but he was making up rules to justify it. I wasn't about to argue with a power-tripping cop on my property, so I just gave him a neutral nod and let him go about his way. But the moment he pulled out of my driveway, I got on the phone. First, I called the assessor's office. They confirmed that unless my deed specifically states the driveway is an easement, it's private property. Next, I called the registrar's office. Same answer. Me. So unless it's legally designated as an easement, emergency services doesn't just get automatic access? Registrar's office. Correct. Unless your property has an official recorded easement for public access, your driveway is yours. Police can't treat it like public property. At this point, I knew the cop was full of it. Just to be 100% sure, I ordered a copy of my deed. Within a few days, the answer was crystal clear. There was no easement. My driveway was 100% private property. The next time I saw that same patrol car inching down my driveway again, I was ready. I stepped right outside and waved him down. Me, hey officer, still on patrol? Cop, grinning smugly, yep, just making my rounds. Me, holding up a document, cool, I ordered a copy of my property deed. Turns out this driveway is private property. There's no public easement here. The cop's smug expression vanished. Cop, well, emergency services still, me cutting him off, still have access when called for an emergency. That doesn't make my driveway public property. He blinked a few times, clearly thrown off by the fact that I had actually done my research. Cop, well, look, I'm just doing my job. It's not a big deal. Me, crossing my arms. Oh, but it is. See, I checked the laws, and if you enter my driveway without probable cause, that's trespassing. So I'll ask you politely once to stop using my property for patrols. The cop shifted uncomfortably. Cop, all right, no need to get all legal about it. Me, smirking, oh, I absolutely will if I see you here again. He didn't have a response for that. He just grumbled something under his breath, put his car in reverse, and backed right out of my driveway for good. That was months ago, and I haven't seen a single patrol car in my driveway since. I'm not anti-police. I respect their job when they do it properly, but when an officer lies to my face about the law just to justify invading my space, the level of arrogance here is actually impressive. Imagine just making up laws on the spot because you assume no one will challenge you. That's main character energy, but in the worst possible way. If someone tries to gaslight you about your own property, do what OP did. Bring the legal smackdown. Nothing shuts down fake authority faster than real authority. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.